How does the person not pay taxes? How do the people around him? How do the lawyers that I'm sure that he hires? And the financial people who are supposedly overseeing his life and telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, not deal with his taxes? Floyd Money Mayweather, up until recently, didn't have any money. However, Floyd is the top-paying athlete in his career, producing over $1 billion. And after making a mint, he ended up retiring in 2017. Nevertheless, he dug himself into a hole after making ultra-costly purchases like this LA house. It was so terrible that he actually owed $22.2 million in the late 40s, and now still fighting these odd persons in unusual areas for $5 million here and $10 million there. No, he's just a massive spender. You can't spend like that, you know. Floyd Mayweather is apparently seeking the IRS to dismiss a shocking $500 million debt case, while he claims he already paid $18 million in taxes. The IRS alleges he still owes hundreds of millions more. Mayweather appears to be downplaying the debt, underestimating the full extent of his tax requirement. Floyd Mayweather's current legal difficulties with the IRS are only the latest chapter in his long and tangled relationship with the law. While he's typically depicted as a symbol of success and fortune, Mayweather has spent time behind bars and fought with various legal challenges over the years, despite his millions. Mayweather himself has described feeling like a prisoner of his own stardom. He once disclosed that his riches has come at the cost of personal freedom, hinting that being rich hasn't protected him from isolation, distrust, or surveillance. His history continues to haunt him, even as he strives to maintain his public persona. How can you explain all that? How did that happen in your life? Well, stuff happened, you know? I had 3 children with a young lady. We weren't seeing eye to eye. She was a bit irritated, had a little alcohol in her system, and was a little edgy. And I told her, basically, I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen. But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right? Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor. Yes. So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom? That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important, and I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back. In my children's life, Floyd's obsession with wealth has always been part of his persona, from gold-plated jets to luxury mansions and entire fleets of exotic cars. Mayweather created a reputation around displaying what money can buy. The money moniker became more than a nickname, it was a lifestyle. Unfortunately, this financial bravado came with consequences. Instead of financial discipline, Mayweather chose a public spectacle. Mayweather's Instagram feed is essentially a shrine to excess. Expensive automobiles, fancy outfits, private aircraft, and diamond-encrusted trinkets are all routinely on display. He wants the world to know he's rich, and not just rich, but richer than everyone else. But beneath this crafted appearance comes a brutal financial reality. Critics claim that his incessant drive to show off might not arise from affluence, but from insecurity. Many now question whether Mayweather's expensive displays are a cover-up for developing financial problems. We got options. I collected approximately 100 automobiles, but right now we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, whatever you want to call it, of course. The McLaren, the original McLaren Bentley, Rose, the money by truck or Maybach vehicle, whatever you want to name it. The friction between rapper 50 Cent and Mayweather offers a deeper peek into Floyd's financial and personal habits. According to 50 Cent, he once stepped in to handle Mayweather promotions, while Floyd did time in jail, even pouring millions into the firm. But after Floyd was released, he supposedly forgot the favor and the obligation. This falling out over money and fame shows a trend in Floyd's relationships. People who aid him when he's down don't always get the loyalty or return they deserve. Mayweather loves to say he's the finest businessman in sports history. He emphasizes his unbeaten record, the millions he's earned, and his commercial triumphs. However, public perception depicts a more critical picture. Many consider him as someone who pursues quick money rather than developing enduring businesses. His commercial decisions sometimes seem hurried and shallow, oriented more toward headlines than sustainability. Even as he talks about advantages, he's also hiding debts and facing lawsuits. 50, aka Ferrari F50. So 50 is absolutely going to take each moment that he can to attack Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 confirmed it was accurate and then withdrew it from his Instagram, like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then erase them, but luckily for me, I know that he does that. So I screenshot everything that he posts, just because, you know, he'll remove it, and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for, like, podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have my phone that way if it's removed. You know, it's like, well, you know, he did post this, so what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that was allowed, that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own. Mayweather never shies away from self-praise. He regularly declares that no other boxer past or present can match his accomplishments. But while self-confidence is expected in the world of boxing, Floyd's constant self-comparisons have drawn backlash. Critics argue that his relentless boasting often feels more like arrogance. Fans and fighters alike are growing tired of the inflated ego, especially as his post-retirement activities seem focused more on ego preservation than meaningful contribution to the sport. Recently, Floyd apparently purchased a $42 million property in New York City, a remarkable decision given his rumored financial troubles. While some supporters may welcome the purchase as another flex, others are raising fundamental doubts. How can someone facing IRS lawsuits and claim debt continue to make such dangerous bets? According to critics, sounds more like a frantic attempt to defend the Money Mayweather brand than a good business option. What the hell is going on with F. Mayweather, man? Our guy, and guy have we haven't Monot? I don't know what, and I'm lost, man. I suppose A was talking about how bankruptcy. I know he came out with this commercial about talking about how he just invested in this deal that's for like $42 million that's dealing with buildings. Yeah, buildings. GS. Yeah. I heard about New York. Yeah. New York. Yeah. What are you saying? And what am I saying? Yee. And he's walking down York. Yeah. Of New York. Ha. Yeah. One eye of that. In the one I own that I've observed too, that some persons came out to the agencies that he's in accord about the arrangement. No comment, he said. Let's tell something. I have a question. Ion is in reason. E for no hell. What's up? Elon, what's up? On what I'm reaching out about these guys. Before they deal for, we want to chat to you about the F deal. No remark, deal. No remark. But this states his name isn't on anything. I've seen nothing. I've seen his something. Nung on hiameth look she. He looks like Floyd. He's Lloyd. Hasn't shaved in months. Oh, I've seen that too. There's no way this... Man, there's no way. If it is, I don't know where the money went to exactly. Since retirement, Floyd has engaged in a series of exhibition matches that some allege are little more than cash grabs. These games lack competitive significance and are occasionally conducted against social media influencers or underqualified opponents. Davis Mayweather has a hard time remaining out of the limelight. Even after retirement, he supposedly seeks attention and struggles to hand the baton to the next generation. Davis claims Floyd wants to be the focus of every dispute, refusing to allow others take the stage. This obsession with fame might explain why he keeps booking exhibition matches and flaunting his lifestyle online. And that was Gervonta Davis. He had basically said that some people are just jealous-hearted, and basically it looked like he was alluding to Floyd Mayweather having his press conference with the Anderson Silva card on the same day, because he believes that Floyd couldn't take that someone else is in the limelight, like he couldn't stomach it. So Floyd Mayweather, seeking the attention, decided to try to upstage him, which Floyd has done that in the past. Like you look at the fight with Canelo versus Golovkin. Everybody was looking forward to that fight, and then out of nowhere, Floyd announced that he was fighting Conor McGregor, and it kind of stole the steam away from Canelo Golovkin. And it took some air out of the sails of Canelo Golovkin, because people were looking for that fight, and people like, okay, that's the best fight on the calendar. But then Mayweather and Conor McGregor, just their personalities, They came with this crazy energy and a press tour, and it just diverted attention away. So he has done it before, but now he's being accused of doing it to his own fighter by the fighter himself, possibly because again it was subliminal. And then that's what people are thinking. So Floyd responds to this and he says, "As far as me being jealous of anyone, and I'm not talking about my fighters, I mean God has truly blessed me and put me in a position to be able to give back to my fighters. If giving back is jealousy, then that's what it is. Fighters and individuals are going to feel like they want to feel. And my job is to always be a bigger person and continue to stay positive and push for my fighters to be great." Mayweather made news in Miami lately after a confrontation at a jewelry store led to the police being called. He supposedly tried to purchase an expensive diamond, but an argument over payment escalated the issue, while the complete story remains unknown. The fact that a high-end transaction ended with law enforcement involvement paints a troubling picture. It reinforces the growing narrative that Mayweather is no longer the financially sound superstar he claims to be, but someone living beyond his means and making questionable choices to maintain his image. Floyd went from being like a terrific, exciting pressure fighter and having a bunch of hand problems to like money. Mayweather began chatting, basically boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money. Yep, I love what he's doing too. Beating up these YouTube guys. It's fantastic. I love it. It's so amusing that these men are willing to get beat up by him. Well, I think they're all delusional. Floyd's financial drama has grown so public that even opponents like Conor McGregor and UFC President Dana White have joined the ridicule. They've openly laughed at his tax troubles, using them to damage the credibility of his public character. Dana even joked about how practically difficult it is to recover from big debt, hinting that Mayweather's days of financial domination are finished. Fantastic. I feel good training hard. Floyd did not take out his own jets. Floyd's got 3. Oh yes, so Floyd's got and he's got issues. That's heavy. That is hefty. Hard to get out from underneath. Suck. Yes, it is, especially when I'm on top of you. Floyd Mayweather's extravagant spending, including an $18 million watch and numerous other things, raises major issues, yet admirers are fascinated by his lavish lifestyle. Detractors dispute its feasibility with mounting financial issues. Many say it's only a matter of limited time before his excessive habits lead to ultimate repercussions and collapse. My most costly watch that I now own is $18 million. One watch. One watch? Tell me about your watch collection, guy. You had to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world. My watch collection. I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches, and I got a lot of $1 million watches. What should I pay for this one? What do you think you're here for me? Now I need some help. Help a little man out. Okay? That watch is a couple hundred. Gal zero easy, but it's worth it, because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciates. Dude, how do you buy a $17 million watch? No, 18. Sorry, I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money. They go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back. I need money, I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. Told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business. But I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that. And then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing. The blueprint Floyd Mayweather appears to be following is eerily similar to that of Mike Tyson. Like Floyd, Tyson earned hundreds of millions and spent recklessly on tigers, gold, bathtubs, and excessive luxuries before eventually declaring bankruptcy. Now, Mayweather is showcasing the same kind of behavior: outrageous purchases, public bragging, and claimed financial instability. Tyson's downfall serves as a warning, and many fear Floyd is headed in the same direction. Behind the glamour lies a fragile financial foundation that may not hold for much longer. Motion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me there was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I asked, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses, they investing, there's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are, and then they, after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them. Traditionally, boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man. I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era. Ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching the sport of boxing, no one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like, get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap, we can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt, and I understand the argument, for those who want to, may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a superb boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gents. Nonetheless, the fact remains, that's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next.